Vanakkam, Vandanam, Suswagatam, Namaste, Namaskar, and hi, welcome back to Sound Peg. Today we have with us a very, very interesting guest who's going to discuss a very important subject, which is the talk of the town. Yes, I don't think the doubts about vaccination, which is going around in the market, is enough. There is a new thing that has come up that if and should we take vaccination even during menstruation, right? So there is a myth that is going on around India, or at least amongst our community, at least, where we are trying to wonder if it is okay to take vaccination. To discuss this, I have this eminent doctor, Dr. Nandini Elumalai, who's a consultant gynecologist and an amazing human being, obviously, and she is a gold medalist from Sri Ramachandra Medical College, which itself is a great feat in itself. First of all, thank you, Nandini, for taking your time out. I think amongst the busy schedule, I'm sure you're running around doing all the virtual consulting that is possible between hospital and home. Thank you so much for giving time. Thank you so much, Nandini.
Thanks, Soundarya, for having me here. And it's a big hi to Bangalore from Chennai.
Hi. So, Nandini, I will not waste much of your time. I know you're pressed for time, so I'm going to jump straight into the conversation. Yes, the first question, Nandini, is it safe to take vaccination during your menstruation? Periods இருக்கும்போது vaccination எடுத்துக்கலாமா?
Yeah, to start with, COVID-19 was declared as a global public health emergency by WHO on December 30th of January last year. It's been almost 1 year, 4 months. I think definitely vaccination is the next step for us to be looking forward to, at least to reduce the risk of the infection and all the risk factors, whatever people are going through. We never had an end till last year. Maybe now from January, we feel we are into a much safer world actually once the vaccination has come. Since over these last 1.5 years, India, at least 16 million individuals have been infected with this pandemic, and especially in the second wave, and putting this an enormous burden on the healthcare infrastructure. And all of us have been seeing all around the news what's happening, and it's all bringing up the negativity. And I thought today I should put some positivity into the world so that we at least motivate the women. So women seems to be the center of the house as well as the society. Once she steps into something, I think men keep following them. So I think it's absolutely a mandatory thing to motivate the women to go for a COVID vaccination.
Absolutely, right? So as soon as it opened for 18 plus, I registered myself. I'm just waiting for the schedule to be there. I didn't even think twice, or I didn't even, wait for anybody else to do the registration. So, yes, is it safe?
Absolutely, yes. Even though we don't have much of a scientific data which talks about the periods has got anything to do with the vaccination, leave alone the COVID vaccination. As far as I know till this date, any vaccination, there was no concern for me for a woman. Okay, does periods have a role with the vaccination? Definitely not. Anytime of your during your cycle or between or after any time, you can go ahead and take your vaccination. It has got nothing to do with the menstruation, is what I feel as a healthcare worker.
So thank you so much. That clears it very well. There is no issue, or there is no connection between menstruation and vaccination. You can go
Yeah,
ahead and take.
definitely. Yeah, I have three reasons for it because a menstruation is a natural and a normal physiological thing where an inner lining of the uterus keeps shedding every month for a woman once she attains a puberty, and it does not lower immunity, and there's nothing connected between the vaccination with periods actually. These are the three reasons which tell us that go ahead with your vaccination. There's nothing which is going to be stopping you.
Thank you so much, Nandini. The next question is, right. So a lot of times, right, we are talking about periods and importance of the cycle and the kind of heaviness or clotting or anything like that. Is there any research that has proved that vaccination is affecting the cycle, the clotting, the heaviness, non-heaviness, etc.?
Actually, there's not much of a data which is available to talk of the COVID vaccine with the periods, but I do found one journal from China which talks about the COVID-19 infection and the menstruation. So there's a journal called Journal of Reproductive Biology, which is a cross-sectional study from China, which was including 237 women from who were suffering from COVID-19 and what were the effects on the menstruation. So what the study found is out of these 237 women, 177 women were called into the data, and they found 28%, that is 1 in 4 women do have a decrease in their flow or increase in their flow. Or sometimes 25% do have a change in the menstrual pattern. And what it says is sometimes a few people have an abnormal ovulation because always the brain has an effect over the ovary. It's called as an HPO axis. So when you, anytime for that matter, what I would say is any time of a high stress, definitely brain is going to be causing a change in your menstruation due to your hormone imbalance. So it's not only vaccination. So anytime during an exam or during a high stressful environment in your family, women tends to have a change in their menstruation. So it's nothing to do with the vaccination. And I have one more data. In Israel, there's a 100% vaccination during the periods, and 70% of women in US also have taken during the menstruation. It says it's absolutely safe for a woman to take a vaccine during their periods.
Thank you so much. So even the cycle change or anything else affects our one of the reason that even can be fighting with the husband. That also happens, right? Or boyfriend.
Yes.
So please don't blame the vaccination. Go ahead and take the vaccination as soon as it is available, right? My
Even if
next
you have,
question.
say
Sorry.
one more point. Even if you have the changes, no, all these menstruation changes could last only for a 1 month or a 2 months, not more than that. So the change is a transient one, temporary. And even if you continue to have a change in your periods, it's nothing to do with your vaccination. It must be something related to your uterus. You should go consult your doctor. Don't blame the vaccine for it.
Oh, thank you so much for clearing that. What about the efficacy of the vaccination? Does it? I'm
There is
sorry
no
to
scientific.
ask these silly questions, but our public seems to be having these weird thoughts in mind. And how to avoid vaccination is the first in mind, I guess.
Talking of the efficacy and the periods, the vaccine efficacy has got no relation to the periods, even though we don't have much of a scientific data. Uh, Talking of the ICMR statement, which is told us is there, and the risk of infection is 0.02% to 0.04% post vaccination. People do say, after vaccine, do I not get a COVID-19? It's not that. Even if you contract the disease, your risk of hospitalization, ICU admissions, running behind the ventilator, running behind the drugs are going to be less, and you're more protected compared to what we were last year.
Okay. So now coming to the next question, right? We have spoken about period, cycle change, and efficacy, and all of that. So does this, because you're a gynecologist, and I'm sure this is the first point that you will have in mind, right? Does it affect the fertility?
Vaccination doesn't affect the ovarian reserve. When I say ovarian reserve, it talks of the fertility. From the
Okay.
ovaries where the ovum is being produced, that's when the egg is getting released. So
All right.
vaccine doesn't have a much of an effect on it. And
Okay.
there's not much of a data to support us at present, maybe few years back. Later on, in a future generation, we'll have all the collected data. As far as we all know, there's not much of an effect over the female reproductive organ. Considering the male, for the male, what there are scientific studies, ASRM says is when a male contracts a COVID-19 infection, there's absolutely a decrease in the sperm count. So it means it is going to be causing a male infertility.
Okay.
So what I would say is when you go for a vaccination, both the genders are going to be prevented. At least your side effects comes down.
Okay.
So there are only 4 target organs when you get a COVID infection. We are more concerned about the heart, your lung, your
Right.
brain, and your
Right.
circulation system. So
Right.
when you go for the vaccination, you're already sensitized, and all these organs will be prevented from getting
Okay.
the worst and worst situation.
Okay, that is an amazing, interesting point. I don't think we spoke about it earlier in any of the conversations. So the COVID-19 might have an effect. The vaccination is a solution for it, is what you said. I because of this, I also believe that it has no effects on the pregnant women as well, right? So are you actually telling them also to take the vaccination? Because there is already a series of vaccination precautions that pregnant women need to take, be it pregnant women or lactating women, right? They need to be extra careful. So are you also telling them, encouraging them to take, or how is it?
So generally talking of the vaccines and the pregnancy, for a pregnant woman or a lactating woman, we definitely there's a contraindication for a live attenuated vaccines. That means when the virus is live and when they give the vaccination, it's a contraindication. Whereas considering the base of the mechanism of this COVID vaccine, it is a killed vaccine or an mRNA vaccine. So the mechanism doesn't have a role in causing any side effects to the pregnancies.
Okay.
And talking so, as a healthcare worker, most of the healthcare workers who have been pregnant, who have been lactating in abroad, they've taken this vaccination. So, according to me, I would say definitely it's a thumbs up. But what's the thing is, our Ministry of Health and Welfare still has not provided us a guideline to be saying go ahead with a vaccination for your pregnant ladies as well as a lactating mother. But whereas the major international recommendation bodies like ACOG, RCOG, or CDC says definitely go for a vaccination because pregnancy is an immunocompromised state.
Okay.
At least it is by the informed choice. You tell the patient what are your benefits, because when you're immunocompromised, you're going to be compromising your health itself naturally for the other diseases. When it comes to COVID-19, when you go for a vaccination, you're protected in a much better way. But still, we are all waiting for the Ministry of Health to be giving us a thumbs up. Whereas talking of the Indian body, Foxy has said, go ahead with the vaccination. All of us have, there is various international studies which talks of it. And I've come across one study where they've done a publication last month where vaccination in pregnancy as well as a lactating mother.
Right.
What this study says is it had included 177 women, and it says definitely vaccine has got a robust immune response in the mother, and also protective antibodies are being isolated from the umbilical cord, that's the cord which connects the mother and the baby, as well as in the breast milk. So what I would suggest is all these things would be giving a protective antibody to the fetus or the newborn.
Okay.
So one thing here is when a woman contracts COVID-19 in a last 4 weeks before her due date, that's when she will not be able to produce these antibodies and give it to the newborn. So if they have an infection in between time, there's always a possibility of transmission of the protective antibodies from the mother to the baby. So it does protect. So there's definitely, what I would say is a pregnant lady in near future, we'd be saying 100% go to the vaccination. At this point, we just give them an informed choice. You can go ahead. It has got all these benefits here. The benefits outweigh the risk. So everything has got a benefit and a risk. You overweight according to your risk factors and go ahead with the vaccination.
Yeah, I do remember that we have a lot of vaccinations that we are given a choice as pregnant women and new mothers. We are given a choice for ourselves to take, and even for children, right? I do remember, I don't remember when I was pregnant what I took, but I do remember pneumococcal vaccination, right? It was a choice. It was, we had to pay extra, and it was a choice that we had to take if we wanted to. So I think at that time, there were briefings and sessions which helped us understand a little more. And pandemic being new to all of us, right, across the globe, everyone, this is something new. So I think taking an informed choice is a good one, and I'm sure after this conversation which you have given, there will be a lot more learnings from this. Thank you so much. So I'm assuming in the previous question you also mentioned that this is going to be an advantage for the women. So even for the women who are breastfeeding, there is no problem, they can take this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So now what we say is we are motivating more towards the breastfeeding women. At least we push these women for a vaccination. Sure. We are motivating them even though we don't have a local guideline. We tell them, you take it, you may be protected because you're handling a newborn at home.
Absolutely.
Have so many
and their immunities are much lower. Immunities are much lower. Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And another very important question, right? Will it affect sex life?
Definitely no. So what we are talking of, what we're saying is social distancing. When you talk of sexual life, the vaccine doesn't have an effect over the sexual life. It's just the couples. And the social distancing, definitely when you're a couple, I think social distancing, I don't know how much people can have a social distancing at home. So that's why when a husband gets positive, we generally say, call your wife, we'll test her also whether she's positive or not. It is the family which goes in for it.
Absolutely.
So now what WHO says is, try using a mask even at home. We are into that state. Pandemic has pushed us towards that state because we are running behind the beds now, towards the ventilator, towards the drug, towards the oxygen. Maybe all these things, we are Indians, we are all very, very pro into life and everything. So maybe for the next 2 weeks, we have to think of social distancing even at home.
Absolutely. Even though the data that is a very valid point, and I think all of us can control for some time, so there is no problem about it. Thank you so much for the time, Dr. Nandini. I think there was so much clarity and medically proven clarity, or the research that you have already done for us. Thank you so much for all the clarity that you have given. Is there something that you want to add, a message definitely for all the women out there who are confused? There are people to confuse them. If you can clear them off as a last note.
Definitely. Our world has seen many deadly diseases like plague, cholera, smallpox, polio. We overcome all these things only with a vaccination. I think COVID-19 should be motivated to go ahead with a vaccination. And absolutely, a vaccine is the ray of hope for all of us.
Thank you.
And talking of the women and a menstrual cycle, how I conclude is vaccine does not affect the efficacy. I mean, a periods doesn't have a control over your efficacy of the vaccine, and vaccine does not lower immunity, and it does not cause much of a hormone imbalance in your body, and does not change your menstrual rhythm. So go ahead with the vaccination. Don't get worried. Let's put a pause for this fake news. And being a woman, being the center for everybody, I think we should be in a first place to go for the vaccine. That's how I motivated in my family. I think when my mother went for a vaccination, my father was fine with it. So he also went behind her. So all those myths went down when his wife went for a vaccination. So that's how we push it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that feminist tone that you have. Thank you so much, Dr. Nandini. I really love the conversation. I really hope after viewing these videos, this and a lot more videos, people are motivated and nothing stops them from taking the vaccination. Thank you so much for your time. And I know it is a busy schedule. Thank you so much for your time.